Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you a guide on Kefka EX3 battle in FF6 crossover event. Kefka is weak to fire, ice and lightning, and during his 4 stages he will switch weaknesses. That means during the first phase he is weak to lightning, second one is ice, and after you deplete the gauge Kefka will become stunned for a short period of time. But he is immune to all statuses and debuffs and has very powerful magic attacks, so you need high magic defense and MDef buffs, but he also will buff his elemental resistances. He also has a combined sigil phase, so just bring the ones with best stats, but when you get Kefka to red HP bar, there's a DPS that will begin, during which he will continue to bombard you with powerful bonks, but you need to defeat him before he finishes charging his final attack. You can ignore fire element and just use lightning and ice DPS to deplete the gauges, and ideally you want to have 2 DPS on your team, but since it's ice and lightning we have many options by now. Cloud has 2 elements, Tifa has both too, Vincent, Yuffie and other characters, and it doesn't matter if you use magic or physical, but if you have Aerith with camera buffing physical attack, lightning, cloud and ice Tifa would be perfect. But I tried 2 teams, one with Cloud as only DPS, Aerith as healer and debuffer and Nanaki as support. It is a bit harder because if you are using 1 DPS you need to hit strong enough, but the other team is Cloud and Seth as DPS with 2 different elements, and the battle goes a lot smoother, even though I don't have camera, so Cloud needs to buff MDef. Also, Aerith's FF6 rod debuffs elements and obviously is perfect for this battle, but I tried Nanaki's colors that debuff elemental resistances, and Nanaki would work as an elemental DPS support and debuffer, but he also needs magic defense buff somewhere, and without camera I need to put MDef either on Nanaki or Cloud. I can't put it on Cloud as he already is the only DPS, and if I put MDef on Nanaki he won't be able to debuff ice, fire or lightning, so it wouldn't work for me. But if you have camera you wouldn't need the FF6 rod, and you could just use Nanaki with his 2 elemental debuffing colors instead, and thanks to Camara's P attack buffs your physical DPS will hit a lot stronger. But Camara with FF6 rod is great because she can debuff and her debuffs last for a very long time while she's just focusing on healing, and 2 DPS will just focus on damaging the boss. Aerith has Bahamut outfit with healing wind, Baharod for heals and AAB, Terra Rod for debuffs, Princess God, single target Cura, and in sub-equipment slots Aerith has scale weapon with magic defense for allies and centipede for heals and buff debuff extension. Sephiroth has Ice Arcanum outfit with Shiva, Edged Wings for DPS, CC Alloy Sword to help Cloud kill the lightning gauge, Genji, Sigil in Sigil boost slots, and in sub-equipment slots Seth has Kefka's Collar and Shark Slayer for HP. Cloud has Lightning Arcanum outfit with Ramu, Murasame for DPS, Bandage Sword for MDef buffs, Ultimate Buster, Blizzara Blow for the second gauge, Sigil in boost slots, and in sub-equipment slots Cloud has 2 weapons with lightning potency. At the beginning of the battle you have enough ABM time to execute 1 attack, so 1 DPS, and you also need to buff your magic defense. So in my case it's just Cloud MDef buffs and Sephiroth 1 attack. And after this attack, don't panic heal. Don't just press to heal, wait for this animation and then heal, because this is Heartless Angel and it would put you at 1 HP anyway, so that would be a wasted heal. But here you can do 2 attacks with 1 DPS or both of them if you have camera, and with Cloud I need to buff Ember for this Light of Judgment. And after this, if you have Terra Rod, don't heal, because there will be another Heartless Angel coming, so it's useless, but start debuffing elemental resistance. But here, with both your DPS and sigil boosts, just start breaking the sigils, but with Aerith, continue to debuff that elemental resistance until you hit max. And here with both DPS, gonna do some damage, and after all your elemental debuffs are done, start healing. But also with Cloud I need to buff MDef again, because now comes the lightning gauge. And Kefka will debuff MDef on one character. Actually it's Aerith, so it's great for me, but if it's one of your DPS, then you need to nullify that debuff, because otherwise it will be -5 and those attacks will hurt a lot. But with Aerith it benefits me, because if she gets hit, then Baharut provides extra AB. But I will have to get rid of that debuff at some point. But you can't sit on those gauges for too long, otherwise they will disappear because time will run out. But I want to deplete them as quickly as I can. But those Ultima upsurges switch the defense, at least on the first two, and then if you know that you can easily survive, you can stay in offensive stance, because that will be a free AB if you are using Baharut. But pretty much, I think, yeah, you could use Summon to deplete the gauge, but I think it's just better to stun him and then use both summons together. Alright, now the perfect barrier comes again, so start debuffing with Aerith. Don't worry about anything. Just one more attack, but also you need to buff your MDef, because that comes another charge attack and it's fairly quick. But also after this, don't panic heal again, and just continue to debuff elemental resistance. Also with Seth, this will be Ice Gauge, so with Seth I am going to use Genji to buff his damage a little bit. Nice, and now use Healing Wind. Healing Wind is very nice because it provides regen after this, so you don't need to worry about, but also use MDef, because now, yes, now we have this Ice Gauge, but he will do some powerful attacks, and those can really hurt. This Light of Judgment, it's coming, but we still have some time, so try to do some more progress, but also at some point you need to buff your MDef for this, otherwise you might likely not survive. This will not hit. And now heal. This after the judgment, it's always Heartless Angel, so don't panic here on these. But also the greater Light of Judgment, that's his final attack, so here's the DPS race and you need to finish him off before that. But also he continues to hit you with those powerful bonks, so switch to defense on each and every one of them. If you're scared you might not survive, because he will just continue to spam you with them. And we should be fine now. You can use these if you have the Princess Guard. You can use the Limit Break, the ultimate weapon. I misspoke. But just pay attention so no one dies. And actually that should be fine. You don't have to switch on all of those bonks to defensive stance. You can stay in offensive if you know that you can safely survive these. Because it's a DPS race, you have to win it, otherwise you will die anyway. But yeah, that's the battle. I'm a little bit surprised by the difficulty. It's a lot tougher than most other EX3 battles, but yeah, I really hope you found my guide helpful. Good luck on your clear, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.